Alright, what's up you guys? This is Janos with Trading Spies, and here we go. Another beautiful day on the account, another one and done. I finished basically half an hour after the markets open, let's say about an hour. And we just have to reference back to our yesterday discussion. What happens if we're reaching the lows, right? We cannot jump in it and pull the trigger before we have the retest, because exactly that's what happened. We breached the yesterday lows and the market turned around, and right now we are at the highs of the range what we've been trading 4 days. And then basically every single day we covering the entire range from top to bottom around the 430 to the 426, right? And this is the channel what we're trading. So how we trading the channel: once we reach the bottom, we buying calls; once we reach the top, we buying puts. And that's just how it's been for quite a few weeks, months. We have to break and retest. That's how we can go with the direction to the long side, and exactly the same way to the short side if it breaks. But right now the setup, it's a bullish setup, so we have to assume if it breaks it's gonna continue to the high. But let me break down the trade, the one trade what I took. It was a very nice trade, and if you guys has find a value in this channel, please hit the like and subscribe button, turn your notification on, so the algorithm pushing front of more and more people. So let's start to do a recap here. So let's do it. We go back. I didn't want to go back this far, but it's okay. So what we can see over here, right? We have our initial breakout, and then we have our low on the 26, right? 30 and 26. And every day basically a little bit more or less we covering the whole range. Let's see what's happened today. If we pushing it a little further up, which is possible, but tell you the truth, most likely that would be the best. If we finish over here tomorrow, we're gonna open in the same level, and then we make another run towards to the high. Then I think at that time we would have the chance to break through, but we have to see what's gonna happen. So we cannot predict what will happen. We just put our ideas and we work based on that. But most importantly, we have to trade always what the chart give us, right? Morning we pushed a little bit lower in the aftermarket, and the pre-market we pushed a little bit lower than the yesterday low, but right away we recovered to the 427 level. And as the market opened in the morning, basically right away we pushed down to attempt to break. And this is the 1 minute chart. So this, we break the yesterday low, and as soon as we break the yesterday low, we never retest the pre-market low, and the market turn around, and from there basically it's just a runaway train. We have a pullback, but we push back again to the highs, and let's see, right now we consolidating. We have a little bit, we have about another 20 minutes left for the today session. So my initial thinking, again, as every day for a long time, as we're reaching the lows, we break down a little, or we just retesting it and we pull back, right, to the other direction. And exactly that's what happened today. So my entries, and I don't know what really happened with the Thinkorswim platform, but this has happened a few days ago also, when we had let me try to look at the chart. Which day was it? It was this day, right? Is somehow we just stuck on one level, and as the level two was running, it was just a strange feeling. What's going on with the market? Exactly, that's what happened today. It's not that visual, but when we reach the low, basically the moment we reach the low, it felt like the Thinkorswim, it stopped working. Orders barely went through. And if you compare to the Webull platform, that wasn't moving perfectly either. But this one, the TOS, was lagging so much behind, and barely was no orders going through. And I had to restart the system twice, and it's restarted, and it did the same thing. And then from out of the blue, it started to work again, printing the normal numbers, has a normal fill to the level 2 and the time of sale, and from that point basically it was no issue. But this is exactly happened literally the moment I entered into the trade. And even we can see we have a skip price over here, but even these few candles looks printed normally. The level 2, the price didn't move properly. So this part over here, it was very, very difficult. And to tell you the truth, because I entered with quite a heavy contract size, it was a little bit scary, right? Because you just don't know what's happening, and it's out of your control. Luckily, everything worked out fine. We have our stop losses, right? So but we never like to lose money. So basically my entry was the 45, and because of this I had to adjust my plan a little bit. So 45, 44, 45. As we push the big candle, as soon as it started to pull back, I entered. So basically I entered in the weak part, and this candle, it looks normal, but again, as the minute ticked over, it was just starting to acting up. So we had this, and as soon as basically we recovered these two candles, so basically we had 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. We don't know what's going on with the system, right? So I entered as soon as we started to push up and on the green candle, and then from there it was just a runaway train. I was holding it, and my first exit 10:06:06, 10:06. It was this candle. Right now it's a big shooting star, but I exited a lot of contracts on the top. It was pushing down, I was holding it for the retest, right? 40 contracts right on the top over here, and then we was pulling back, retesting the 427 level a numerous time today. So the next batch of exit, what I had, it was 1031, 32. As we pushed higher, I think it was this area over here, 1031. As we struggled on the top, 31, 32. Perfect exit, right? So these two over here, I entered not an even number, so probably the average was around 55, 56 per contract, and this was the 427 calls. 427 calls, 56, 57, and then as we went higher, I exited this badge in between the range of 89 and 95, 89 and 95, and this batch over here I exited between 107, actually 107, 108. That's the range is what we got. So basically, either way, we're cutting it. Just this part over here, it's about a 50% move. This part over here, 100% move. So I held it out, and this is what I have to start to work on to hold the trades longer. But the problem is with the contracts, with the option contracts, these moves, these dips over here are serious dips. Let's just pull up our contract, the 427 contract, and to show you guys what I'm talking about, and then we can break down the exact times as we go along, right? So these dips over here from my initial first batch of sales, right? It was in the top over here, if we recall it, 1006, right? 94, 88, 94 area. But we pulled back to the 70s, to the high 70s. So that's from the top a 30% pullback, right? Because we go, yeah, about 30% pullback, 20% pullback, which is a lot. And it's exactly the same. Once we get up to another level, same pullback. This, once we get to the high, this is where I sold the 107, 108, right? And the pullback from there, just to retest our 427 level, we went back to the 70s, right? So it's almost a 50% value drop on the contract, which is a lot. So, and I don't have really, it's not about patience, it's about not to put so much capital at risk with the pullbacks, right? It always goes back. But the way I see it, I don't like to hold through the pullbacks. Rather, I exit and re-enter, right? Because if we have the right setup, we can re-enter at a lower price. And basically what we would lost over here, as it pulling down, we are gaining if we sold on the top and bought back on the bottom, right? By concept is sounds excellent. Let's, oh, that's not that one. Let's switch back our charts to the right direction, because this is how I like my setups. So, right, and again, let's see how well, we retesting again the high, right? Is right now $350. For me, this price action up here right now, it doesn't mean much, because at $350 usually a lot of platform interactive broker, CMEG, they auto liquidate shares, so that's bring a lot of volume into the market. At those candles you can always see the last 10 minutes, not just because of that, but that is a big reason why we have sudden jump in volume and those particular candles. So let's see what tomorrow brings. For me, that's it today. One and done, early in the morning, as I said, exactly about an hour. Beautiful trade for the account. It was more opportunities to enter. You guys just has to spend time front of the computer, front of the running charts, not to look back. You need to see the running charts, how the price interact and what's the actions, what it takes, right? And see you guys tomorrow with another episode. And again, if you guys find value in this channel, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and turn your notification on.